It's been over 25 years since American Pie first hit theaters and became a cultural phenomenon, redefining teen comedy for a whole generation. But where are the iconic cast members today? From breakthrough careers to surprising life changes, some faces stayed in the spotlight, while others took unexpected paths. Get ready for a nostalgic journey as we reveal how your favorite characters have transformed over the years. You won't believe what they look like now. Jason Biggs, who portrayed the awkward yet lovable Jim in American Pie, was 21 years old when he captured hearts with his comedic yet heartfelt performance. Despite the film's success launching him into stardom, Biggs' life after the spotlight dimmed was riddled with struggles. He married actress Jenny Mullen in 2008. Their marriage, though passionate at first, was marked by multiple separations and reconciliations. They have 2 sons, Sid and Laszlo, but tensions over Biggs' substance abuse issues eventually led to their divorce in 2021. Biggs battled depression, financial mismanagement, and frequent stints in rehab centers. He made sporadic TV appearances but never recaptured his early fame. Tragedy struck when a failed comeback project in 2019 led to public humiliation. Today at 46, Biggs lives modestly in a small rented apartment in New Jersey, struggling to maintain a low profile. His estimated net worth has dwindled to approximately $150,000, a stark contrast to the millions he once commanded. Despite his challenges, he remains hopeful, though isolated, maintaining limited contact with his children. Jennifer Coolidge, who played the iconic Stifler's mom, was 38 when she transformed into a pop culture phenomenon with her sultry comedic timing. However, behind her glamorous facade, Coolidge's personal life was fraught with loneliness and heartbreak. She never married but had a series of tumultuous relationships, including a highly publicized engagement to a French businessman that ended bitterly. Coolidge struggled with feelings of inadequacy and a desperate yearning for a family, often fostering dogs to fill the void. Career-wise, she faced typecasting and frequent rejection after American Pie. A series of failed pilots and supporting roles in underwhelming comedies left her financially unstable. At 64, she lives alone in a small cottage in New Orleans with her pets, her wealth considerably reduced to about $500,000 after years of poor investments and medical bills. Coolidge often speaks candidly about her regrets and the emotional toll of aging in Hollywood, finding solace only in occasional theater work and loyal fans. Shannon Elizabeth, who portrayed the alluring exchange student Nadia, was 26 years old when American Pie was released. While her role promised a bright future, Elizabeth's career never achieved the heights expected. After a string of unsuccessful films, she turned to professional poker to support herself, eventually exhausting her savings. She married actor Joseph Reitman in 2002, but their marriage ended in a messy divorce 4 years later, marred by accusations of infidelity and bitter court battles over shared assets. The couple had no children. Struggling with isolation and financial insecurity, Elizabeth attempted several business ventures, all of which failed. Now 52, she lives a reclusive life in a rented bungalow in Cape Town, South Africa. Her estimated net worth has plummeted to around $250,000. Despite her ongoing advocacy for animal rights, Elizabeth's personal journey remains a somber tale of missed opportunities, emotional scars, and a life spent chasing an elusive second chance at stardom. Allison Hannigan, who portrayed the quirky, flute-loving Michelle, was 25 when she stole scenes with her comic brilliance. After American Pie, Hannigan found moderate success with How I Met Your Mother but struggled with work-life balance. She married actor Alexis Denisof in 2003, and they share 2 daughters, Satiana and Kiva. Though they appeared to be the perfect Hollywood couple, behind closed doors their marriage was strained by professional jealousy and financial disputes. In 2020, Hannigan filed for divorce after 17 years of marriage. Struggling with emotional turmoil and a declining career, Hannigan turned to independent films, most of which were critically panned. Now at 50, she lives quietly in a modest Los Angeles home with her daughters, focusing on their upbringing. Her net worth, once estimated at $30 million, has dwindled to around $5 million due to bad investments and legal fees. Hannigan's once vibrant persona has been replaced by a quieter, more somber existence. Chris Klein, who played the sweet and sincere Oz, was 20 when American Pie brought him fame. However, Klein's life quickly unraveled due to addiction issues. He married travel agent Lena Rose Default in 2015, and they had 2 children, Frederick and Isla. Their marriage was rocky, plagued by Chris's recurring alcoholism and stints in rehab. Following a DUI arrest in 2018, Lena filed for divorce, citing emotional abuse and instability. Career-wise, Klein never regained his footing, relegated to minor TV roles and straight-to-video films. Financial struggles forced him to sell their family home and move into a 1-bedroom apartment in San Bernardino. Now 46, he lives paycheck to paycheck, surviving mostly on voiceover gigs. His current net worth is estimated at $100,000. Despite his fall from grace, Klein remains resilient, though he often battles loneliness and regret for the career and family life he lost. Clyde Kusatsu, who portrayed the stern English teacher, was 52 when American Pie was released. A respected character actor, Kusatsu's career afterward was a blend of bit parts and community theater work. Married to Joan W. Lewis since the 1970s, their marriage endured many hardships, including the death of one of their 3 children, Timothy, from a car accident in 2005. Grief strained their relationship, and although they never divorced, they lived separately for years. Professionally, Kusatsu struggled with the lack of roles for older Asian American actors and suffered financial instability. Now 78, he lives quietly in a retirement community in California. His net worth is estimated at around $400,000, largely due to prudent saving and occasional guest appearances. Kusatsu often reflects on the pain of losing his son and the career recognition he never quite achieved, facing his twilight years with quiet dignity and lasting sorrow. Eugene Levy, who played Jim's awkward yet lovable dad, was 53 when American Pie showcased his comedic brilliance. Though he found continued work with franchises like Schitt's Creek, Levy's personal life was riddled with hidden sadness. Married to Deborah Devine since 1977, the couple remained together but weathered years of emotional distance, exacerbated by Levy's frequent absences and depression. They had 2 children, Dan and Sarah, both actors, but family tensions often surfaced over their careers. Financially, Levy remained stable, with a net worth estimated at $20 million, though costly real estate losses in 2016 hit him hard. Now 76, he lives semi-retired in Toronto, rarely making public appearances. Despite outward appearances of success, Levy battles feelings of irrelevance and loneliness, privately mourning the friendships and family connections that fame, ironically, helped erode over the decades. Eli Marienthal, who portrayed Matt Stifler, the mischievous younger brother of Steve Stifler, was only 13 years old during the filming of American Pie in 1999. Despite the promising start, Eli's acting career faltered soon after, and by his early 20s, he had almost entirely vanished from Hollywood. Struggling to transition into adult roles, he faced severe identity crises and bouts of depression. Marienthal married college sweetheart Rebecca Sullivan in 2011, but the marriage disintegrated under the pressure of his emotional instability, ending in divorce by 2016. They had 2 children, Daniel and Sophie, whom Eli sees sporadically due to strained custody arrangements. After facing financial difficulties and failing to establish a stable career outside of acting, Marienthal moved back in with his parents for several years. Now 39, he lives in a modest 2-bedroom apartment in Oakland, California, working part-time as a tutor while battling chronic anxiety and isolation. His net worth is estimated at a meager $30,000. Once filled with dreams of stardom, Marienthal's life has become a quiet struggle against the obscurity and regret that followed his early brush with fame. Natasha Lyonne, who portrayed the witty Jessica, was 20 when American Pie premiered. Although she later gained acclaim for Orange is the New Black, her life was marred by a heroin addiction that nearly killed her in the mid-2000s. Leone's romantic life has been turbulent. She had a long, toxic relationship with actor Fred Armisen, which ended in 2022 after years of infidelity rumors. They had no children. Leone struggled with heart and lung infections resulting from years of substance abuse, and multiple arrests tarnished her public image. Now 46, she lives a precarious life in a cramped New York City loft, her net worth hovering around $500,000. Although she maintains a cult following, Leone battles daily with sobriety, depression, and the haunting fear of professional and personal collapse. Despite these challenges, her razor-sharp wit remains her greatest shield against the darkness that so often surrounds her. Thomas Ian Nicholas, who played the sweet Kevin, was 19 when American Pie hit theaters. After fleeting fame, Nicholas tried to transition into music but found little success. He married DJ Colette Marino in 2007, and they had 2 children, Nolan and Zoe. The couple's financial troubles and constant touring schedules strained their relationship, leading to a divorce in 2022. Nicholas's acting career stalled, and his music career never took off, pushing him into bankruptcy by 2023. Now 44, he lives modestly in a shared housing complex in suburban California. His current net worth is a mere $50,000. Nicholas often picks up odd jobs to support himself, and occasionally appears at fan conventions. Once full of youthful optimism, he now faces a grim reality of faded fame, financial insecurity, and limited opportunities, haunted by the choices he made in pursuit of artistic fulfillment. Chris Owen, who portrayed the awkward and off-mock Sherman, was only 19 when American Pie was released. Initially hailed as a rising comedic actor, Owen's career quickly lost momentum, reduced to minor cameos and low-budget films. He married Michelle Beck in 2007, but their marriage collapsed within 3 years due to his growing depression and substance abuse, and they had no children. Financial ruin followed as Owen was forced to take a job as a waiter in 2013 to make ends meet, an embarrassing revelation that made headlines. Now 44, he lives alone in a rented studio apartment in Los Angeles, surviving on occasional fan conventions and social media sponsorships. His estimated net worth is only $20,000. Owen's life has been a relentless struggle with mental health issues, professional humiliation, and estrangement from former colleagues. Despite all the hardships, he continues to dream of a career revival, clinging to memories of a past that seems increasingly distant. Lawrence Pressman, who portrayed the stern and commanding Coach Marshall, was 60 when American Pie was released. A seasoned actor, Pressman found steady work throughout the 2000s but rarely in prominent roles. He was married to actress Lana Saunders until her death from multiple sclerosis in 2007, a loss that devastated him. They had one son, David, with whom Pressman had a strained relationship due to his demanding career. After losing his wife, Pressman struggled deeply with loneliness, withdrawing from public life and facing declining health. Now 86, he resides in an assisted living facility in California, mostly forgotten by the industry he once served so well. His estate is estimated at around $300,000, much of it carefully saved from decades of modest acting paychecks. Pressman's final years have been marked by isolation, frail health, and the quiet sorrow of seeing his lifelong passion for acting gradually eclipsed by time and obscurity. Tara Reid, who played the beautiful and popular Vicky, was 24 during the release of American Pie. Once tipped for stardom, Reid's life descended into a public spectacle of addiction, botched plastic surgeries, and career ruin. She never married but was engaged multiple times, including a disastrous and abusive relationship with entrepreneur Michael Axman. She had no children. Reid's financial instability became notorious, with lawsuits, evictions, and a bankruptcy filing in 2020. Her attempts at comebacks repeatedly failed, overshadowed by her erratic behavior and deteriorating health. Now 49, Reid lives in a cramped rental in Beverly Hills, her estimated net worth lingering around $100,000. She frequently battles medical issues and substance dependency but continues to make sporadic appearances on reality TV, often mocked by audiences. Her story remains one of Hollywood's most tragic falls from grace, marked by wasted potential and relentless personal demons. Sean William Scott, who portrayed the rowdy, outrageous Stifler, was 23 when he catapulted to fame. Though initially a fan favorite, Scott struggled to shake off the Stifler image and faced career stagnation by the late 2000s. He married interior designer Olivia Korenberg in 2019, but their relationship was marred by Scott's long-term battles with depression and multiple rehab stays. They had no children, and by 2023, the couple separated amicably but permanently. Scott's film career dried up, leaving him reliant on voice acting and occasional sitcom guest roles. Now 47, he lives alone in a modest home outside Minneapolis, with an estimated net worth of $2 million, significantly lower than expected for a former A-list star. Battling loneliness, self-doubt, and regrets over missed opportunities, Scott has become reclusive, rarely granting interviews and living a quiet life far removed from his former outrageous screen persona. Mena Suvari, who played the sweet and shy Heather, was 20 when American Pie introduced her to audiences worldwide. Although she achieved brief fame afterward with American Beauty, Suvari's personal life was tumultuous. She married cinematographer Robert Brinkman in 2000, a union marked by emotional abuse that ended in divorce 5 years later. 2 subsequent marriages, one to Simone Sestito and another to Michael Hope, also ended painfully. She has one son, Christopher, born in 2021, but motherhood came amid financial troubles and career decline. Battling PTSD from earlier abusive relationships, Suvari has openly discussed her struggles with addiction and depression. Now 46, she lives with her son in a modest house in Pasadena, California. Her net worth, once exceeding $10 million, has dwindled to about $800,000. Although she occasionally works in small indie films, Suvari's life remains shadowed by her painful past and the haunting disillusionment of early fame gone awry. Who is your favorite character from American Pie? How does it feel knowing that some of the actors are no longer with us? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this type of content, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on future uploads. Thank you for your support.